Question 2. Word processing. Open the two building word processing document, which contains information about the mysteries of the pyramids, and insert your examination number in the header or the footer. Even though you can't see the number, it's fine. If you really want, you can put it on the second page, but it doesn't really matter. 2.1. Edit the cover page as follows. Carry out the instruction in the author form control. Remove the abstract form control. Right, so the instruction in the author form control says replace this text with your examination number. Right, so this time it's actually going to count to mark. And then the abstract content control we need to delete. So they're actually calling it a form control, which in my opinion isn't correct because it's actually a content control. If you have a look here, you'll see it's called, oh, I don't know, they actually don't call it a content control here. In past papers, they used to call it content controls. But anyway, so the way to delete the whole content control, if you want to keep the text but just delete the control, you can, I think it's right-click and remove content control, and then the text remains. I don't think they actually specified. They just say remove the form control. So it doesn't really matter whether the text stays or not. They didn't say. If you're unsure, you can delete the text as well, but the important thing is that that form control is gone. Right. I think I would just delete it in case, but I'm not 100% sure how they marked that one. Right. Just as long as the form control is gone. 2.2. Remove the page borders from the document. Okay, so on the Design tab, Page Borders, we're just going to set it to None and Whole Document. Okay. 2.3. Use styles and insert a table of contents on the second page as follows. Change all headings formatted with the heading 2 style to the heading 1 style. Right, let's first do that. Right, so change all headings formatted with the heading 2 style to the heading 1 style. So right click, select all, or did I do it the wrong way around? Now hold on. Yes, formatted with the heading 2 style to the heading 1 style. Okay, I didn't see anything. Select all, not currently used. That's odd. Oh, maybe it's because I'm in there. Let's click here. Select all. Ah, okay, so that's a catch, eh? You can't stand in the on the cover page. You have to be in the main text. So now select all 2 instances, and then I need to change it to the heading 1 style. Okay, got that done. Now the second one is insert a two-level table of contents by setting the title style as level 1 and the heading 1 style as level 2. All right, so that's a bit complicated. Let me show you what they mean by that. So on page 2, here we go. I'm going to insert a table of contents. Just check that you always put it before the section break or page break. Right, references, table of contents. We need to put in a 2-level table of contents. So I'm going to go to custom table of contents. Personally, I've never seen a paper where you're just going to use one of these. Okay, even if they say it's an automatic table of contents, you're still going to use a custom one. Right, now it's going to be a 2-level, but you'll see here, I don't want heading 1 as level 1 and heading 2 as level 2. I want something else. So I'm going to go to Options. Heading 1 must be level 2. Heading 2 must not be used, and the title style must be level 1. So let's see, there's title, and that must be level 1. Okay, so now it shows me here in the print preview, title is level 1, heading 1 is level 2. And now I can say OK, and there you go. 2.4. Insert automatic page numbering of your choice in the page margins position on the left side of the page. The page after the table of contents page must start as page 1. So now let's see. We checked here that there's a section break. Hey, do you remember we saw that? So there was a section break here, and it's only this one that must be page 1. So I'm just going to stand on the page where I want the page numbers to be. I'm going to go to Insert, Page Number, Page Margins, and I'm going to use one on the left. Okay, so there it shows me page 2. Now I need to change this to page 1. So I'm going to choose page number over here. So I'm in the header and footer tools, format page numbers, and I'm going to choose start at 1. And because this is a different section, it will actually start at 1. Now it actually didn't insert in the first section. Right, so just inserted in section 2 and it started in this section by 1, 2, there you go, 3. 2.5. Find the table below the heading, "The overall precision of the Great Pyramid is breathtaking," and convert the table to text to display as follows. So this is what it must look like. Take note of the following. The tab setting is set at 4 centimeters. The indents setting, so let's just see what it should look like. The alignment, okay, alignment means what the text is aligned as, and the paragraph border. All right, so in this instance, this paragraph border that I see should actually literally appear. Right, so the table below, the overall precision of the Great Pyramid. There you go. So I'm going to select the whole table by clicking on the 4 pointed arrow over here, going to Table Layout, Convert to Text, separate the text with tabs. Okay. Right. Now, by default, it set the tab here somewhere between 3 and 4. I need it to be exactly at 4. Now, for this one, you can move it to 4, but there's a small chance that you might get it just wrong, and then it's like at 4.2 or 4.1, and then you're not going to get your mark. So if you want to double check that you got it right, you can always double click on this here, and then you can check that you actually got it at exactly 4 centimeters. Right. The other alternative would have been to click paragraph over here, go to tabs, and actually choose the 4 centimeter position set. Okay. Now, the next thing they said we need to pay attention to is the indents. Okay. Now, the indents is clearly a hanging indent for all the text to display like that. Right. Now, I just dragged it manually, but if I had to do it on a ruler, just to check that it's exactly at 4 centimeters, I would go to paragraph setting, special, hanging 4 centimeters. And it chose 4 centimeters automatically because it picked up there was a tab set already. Okay. Next, they said we need to have a look at the alignment. Now, if you look at the alignment here, you'll see that even though it's left aligned over here, it actually stretches all the way to the right here. Okay, so that is justified. You'll see at the moment it's not stretched, hey? So I'm going to choose justified, and then it looks like that. And then the last one they said is we need to have a look at the paragraph border. So for that one, I could just choose outside border, but then it actually uses the same border that I had for the page border. So if you want to customize it, or you had to customize it, then you could just do borders and shading and choose box, and then I'm going to choose 2 1/4 because that's basically what it looks like on the paper. I had a look at the memo, and they actually allowed any box and paragraph border. They weren't specific in terms of the thickness or anything like that. Right. 2.6. Find the citation to the source Hancock and edit the citation to display only the author's name and the page number as 433. The source must not be changed. All right, so the citation, Hancock, here you go. We need to edit the citation. So edit citation. it needs to display only the author and the pages 433. Now let me show you what that does by itself. Now it shows me the author, the year, and the page numbers. Now I don't want the year to display, but I'm not allowed to change the source. So I can suppress the year. That means the year is still stored in the source, it just doesn't display in the citation. So it's suppressed, it doesn't display. Okay. 2.7. Find the picture of the pyramids at the top of the last page and format the picture to display as shown below. Note, the text surrounding the outline of the pyramids may display differently. Okay, so that means it doesn't have to end exactly at artificial and features. It just has to be roughly like this. So let's have a look. Okay, so it's this picture. If you didn't know how to do it, the least you would have had to do is, I can see it's supposed to shape around the pyramids, hey? So that means with my knowledge, I know that this is supposed to be not square, but tight, okay? And then it's supposed to be positioned in the middle. If you just did those two things, you would have gotten 2 marks already. The third mark was for a feature called Remove Background on the picture format toolbar. Remove Background, and you'll see the moment you click that, it actually just removes the whole background. It depends on how smart the algorithm actually is, that it can distinguish the background from the foreground. In this instance, you didn't really have to change much. Let's have a look. It actually just kept it just as is. But if you did have to change anything, you could have just marked areas to keep and actually made this a bit bigger, that it actually showed the whole pyramid. Oh, come on. You see, so that's how one edits it if you had to change that. So I'm going to say keep changes, and that's then what the pyramid looks like. So that's what the last mark was for. 2.8. Insert a cross-reference on the text reference to the bookmark forever. Display only the page number. Right, so we need to insert a cross-reference to a bookmark and only display the page number. So let's go. Here's the text reference. I'm going to just select that. Insert, cross-reference. Now in cross-references, you basically do a cross-reference in a U. Okay, so first choose what type it is. It's a bookmark. To which bookmark? There's only one, forever. And what type? Not the bookmark text, they said the page number. There you go. And we insert and close. That's it. Again, you can't fool the system. One marks this by toggling the field codes and checking that it's actually a page reference to the bookmark forever. Right. That's question 2.